April. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Finance Committee.
Roll call, please.
Nearing.
Here.
Levine.
Here.
Borowski.
Yes.
Potts.
Here.
O'Neill.
Yes.
Rochelle.
Here.
Sandsburg.
Here.
7 present.
Any statements from the Board of Education at this time? Any statements from the superintendent at this time?
Yes. That's right. Yes. Good evening, everyone.
Paul, I accidentally had the agenda backwards, and I have the agenda first, so. I put it at B instead of E.
Sure.
On accident.
Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
I motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Nearing.
Yes.
Levine.
Yes.
Borowski.
Yes.
Potts.
Yes.
O'Neill.
Yes.
Rochelle.
Yes.
Sandsburg.
Yes.
7 yes.
All right, Dr. Lewis.
Oh, all right. Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, everyone. April is National Arab American Heritage Month. It's also National Autism Awareness Month, National Child Abuse Prevention Month, National Occupational Therapy Month. I certainly want to recognize our own board member, Mrs. Levine, who is an occupational therapist with McLaren. And thank you to all the occupational therapists throughout our district who provide services to our students. April is also National Deaf History Month, National Paraprofessional Month. Thank you to all the parapros across our district. They had their special day on April 1st. Also in April is National School Librarian Appreciation Day. And thank you to our librarians across the district who also serve as media specialists. So that's at Bush, Mrs. Angie Lewis, at Varela, Miss Carrie Voorhees, Kramer, Miss Carrie Waterman, at Garber, Miss Margaret Belladou, and also Miss Sarah Beauclerc. So thank you to our media specialists, librarians across the district. Also in April, the week of April 6th through 10th, is National Assistant Principal Week. Thank you to our APs, our elementary AP, Mr. Connor Shaw, who is new to the team and is doing a fantastic job already. Here at Kramer, Mr. Boros, and at Garber, Mr. Dienauer. April is also National Student Leadership Week. We have our own student leaders who we are proud of, or student representatives here to the board, Ms. Alexa Bauman and Ms. Evelyn Eaglehart, as well as all of the folks and students at Garber who are on student council, National Honor Society, and other student leadership opportunities. Also, since I'm seeing a couple of them, shout out our Duke Student Ambassadors, some of whom are in the room. I meet with them once a month. So thank you to all of our students across the district who serve in some sort of leadership capacity. And then finally, the week of April 20th through April 24th is National After School Professional Appreciation Week. And so thank you to all the folks who provide after school support for our students. I want to shout out the Boys and Girls Club, who are proud partners and are stationed at Varela, and just as well anyone else who's providing any type of after school programming, both for our students here at EHPS and just in any school. Thank you for all the work that you do. I myself kind of started in the after school setting, and so I know the importance of the work that's done in after school for our young people. And I would just say, not included here. As some of you might be aware, we have lots of different things happening right now. Last week we sent out surveys to all residents of the city of Essexville and Hampton Township asking for feedback on a potential bond measure for the district. In the first 12 hours alone, we had 271 responses online and 17 individuals saying that they'd like to serve on the bond committee, which, by the way, the next meeting is on the 21st at 5:30 at Garber Tech Hall. And so just thank you to everyone who is taking the time to complete the survey, to provide us with feedback as we explore potential bond. And also, if you didn't see it, last week, our district was featured in Business View Municipal Magazine as one of the best managed schools here in the state of Michigan. So lots of great things happening here at EHPS, and none of that would be possible without the amazing and talented students, faculty, staff, and of course our families and community partners. And that's it for me, Mr. President.
All right, thank you. Any statements from the public as it pertains to this evening's agenda? Next is the consent agenda. Do I have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Levine.
Yes.
Boraski.
Yes.
Cox.
Yes.
O'Neill.
Yes.
Rushout.
Yes.
Neary.
Yes.
Sandsberg.
Yes.
7 yes.
Next are the board and committee reports. I know you acknowledged our high school students, but I don't see them present. Is there?
No, but I'm happy to do the report on their behalf. So let's just pretend I am Evie or Alexa for a minute here. Sports, boys baseball competed in the county tournament this past weekend. Girls softball also participated in the county competition. Girls soccer is off to a strong start. That was highlighted by a big win over Bad Axe. And I know we were supposed to host it, but we had to travel. But hopefully in the near future, soccer folks will be hosting our competitions here. Girls tennis saw success in singles play this past weekend as well. I did have the opportunity to check out both softball and baseball last Friday, was it? And see our Dukes in action. On the academics front, major week academically for students. Freshmen will take M-STEP on Wednesday, sophomores on Thursday. Juniors will have a full testing schedule, including SAT, Work Keys assessment, and M-STEP this week. And then in student life, prom is scheduled May 2nd with a Night Under the Stars theme. Vote for me for prom king. Student council is organizing the senior picnic and senior Oscars. And National Honor Society recently hosted a pasta fundraiser and is planning to do a dog walking initiative along with a day of caring volunteer later this month. I did participate in the pasta fundraiser event. That was my dinner. It was pretty good. They ran out of Alfredo, but the spaghetti and meatballs was pretty good, Mr. President. That's it for the student representative report.
Very good, thank you. This evening, the Finance Committee met as well. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Nearing for that report.
Yes, thank you, Mr. President. Apologies for the tardiness. Our committee meeting just ended right before this meeting, and so we were hustling over from the administration building. We talked through a few different items. The 27L2 fund, if you remember, this was the budget item that the state passed as part of the 2025 budget, where school districts were allotted a one-time educator compensation fund. Our district received approximately $219,000 to share with our educators. We, as a district, met with the 5 different unions and have agreed on how to spread that money through with our educators. There's a line item on our agenda tonight to approve the actual agreements, or the updates to our letters of agreements on how we will distribute those funds. They'll be paid in September of this year for educators that are going to remain with the district through the end of the year and then start with the district next year as well. We will be approving those agreements today. It's a point of mention is that all of the educators, with the exception of the superintendent, will be receiving those funds. The Little Saints property update. The site surveys have been completed. The appraisals should be done within the next week or so, both ours and the actual churches as well, those two appraisals, and then we can start the actual process of negotiations back and forth with the church as well too. Negotiations updates with two of our bargaining units, the administration unit. That process is going, taking a little bit more time because there is a little bit more, few changes to handle with those contracts. The actual sessions are going well, but the actual sessions are just taking a little bit more time to step through updates to that contract. And with the custodians, they have reached an agreement. It'll be presented to the board during the May meeting for our approval. And then the sinking fund update. We currently have $1.5 million in our sinking fund. We will receive an additional $800,000 approximately with the summer tax release as well too, bringing our sinking fund up to about $2.3 million to start the fiscal year next year as well too. So just wanted to bring that number in front of everybody so we know how much is available with our sinking fund to be available for any unexpected capital improvements that might be necessary as well. The last item that we discussed is Maria has been working on a new finance dashboard that we previewed. It will give the community a little bit more transparency about our finances. With the last survey we did, getting some community feedback, people asked for a little bit more information about the district finances. So this finance dashboard will be available to everyone on our website. They're going to, as we redesign our website, there is, of course, the transparency information that's out there, budget transparency information, that link as well, but this finance dashboard will then also be available as well. It's on a 1-month delay after we close our monthly process, but Maria will update the website with this new finance dashboard that goes through all of our different funds and can show the community kind of what our budget looks like within the district as well. So, any questions for the finance committee?
Can I add?
Sure.
So, thank you, Maria, for digesting. So I feel like for the first time since I've been on the board, we've owned our finances wholly within our district, right? Because we've self-created it. You put a lot of work into it. It's easy to digest. If you guys, the board knows me, but if you guys don't know me, I ask a lot of questions. And so on Thursday, we had our one-on-one with Davion. I asked a whole bunch of questions. By the time the finance committee came, we had every answer, everything lined up. So I have a lot of confidence, and I'm really excited to see the direction things are going. So thank you for your hard work on that. I know it's come a long way, and we ask a lot out of you guys, but I'm glad to see where we're at and where we're going.
Thank you. And I can email that dashboard to, I'm sorry, I didn't make extra copies. I apologize. To the members over at Finance Committee, but I can email that to you so you can see it before we put it out there. And
good.
please feel free to ask questions.
I have a question, just with the STEM Center. So was some money for the sinking fund gonna support that grant, or where was the additional? I know most of the $1 million grant is going to cover the build with the STEM Center, but then was it from sinking fund to cover the rest, or was it cell phone tower?
All of the $1 million grant was to go towards building the STEM Center. So the way I would think about the STEM Center is that there are 2 phases. So there's phase 1, part A, phase 1B. So phase 1A is roughly about, if I'm not mistaken, about $1.5 million. So you have the $1 million grant, and then the rest was going to be covered through potentially fundraising and the sinking fund. Okay. Then part 1B was about an additional $800,000 that we are hoping to cover through fundraising and or a potential bond. And then part 2 to get it completely up and running to meet all of our needs was about an additional $1.2 million for a total all-in of about 3.5. So hopefully that answers your question. I will just add also, going back earlier to Mr. Nearing's comment, that the dashboard, give us until the end of the week to get the dashboard on the website. So if you look at the website right now, it will not be there. It will be there, but give us until the end of the week. And when you go there, you'll be able to see that dashboard. And we are working on updating the website in general. Mr. Kruski's been working very hard on making updates as needed. So give us until the end of the week to get the dashboard on the website, please. Thank you.
I have one other question. And we may have brought this up before, and I don't remember the answer, and I apologize. So marching band uniforms, we spent $80,000 out of cell phone money on that. At that point in time, we talked about doing a line item within the budget, and I know you gave me an answer, but just to designate some money to help cover that. So in 20 years, we don't have $100,000 worth of, is that an option? Is that, like, what are the options to make sure that we don't end up with that huge, I just don't want that cost sitting out there. Like, is there a way to save up to have that in the next 15 years?
Couple different, I mean, you can set up restricted funds, that's shown in your, audit, essentially, as restricted. I think this is the part where I don't know quite as much about, like, the actual, like, cash value of it. I believe, and I can double check, is that the board would have to vote to create a separate account.
So-
If we're talking about
I thought
cash.
when we left it, we put it on the band boosters and gave them priorities, and that they were supposed to, like, put money aside for that.
I think we talked about a match.
Yeah.
Like an
Yeah.
annual match
Yeah.
district,
Right.
and then, I think that's gonna require some more conversations with the band boosters, and then again, I can do some digging into what that would look like. If we're talking about, if you're looking at more of the actual cash, so that we have the cash at hand in 15 years or whatever
Right.
that is, that may require, like, the vote of creating a separate account.
Do you want to maybe put that on one of the next agenda items for the finance committee for next time as well too? And we can have a little discussion about that and the mechanics of that and bring that back to the board for next
And I
time.
actually go to the state, it's the annual conference for business office essentially next week, which is I come back just not knowing what to do with myself. It's just information overload, but it's a great resource, and it's a perfect place for me to ask them. So
Okay.
when I come back, I'll be able to come back to my.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds good. Thank you. Any other questions?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
The next item on the agenda is the Kramer Student Showcase. That's the best part about traveling board meetings, is to see the different schools. So, Mrs. Moreno, I'm going to turn it over to you and/or Mrs. Shapansky, however you'd like to handle that.
You're on the plate from there. Thanks.
Good evening, and thank you for inviting us here to share some of the outstanding things that are happening at Kramer. Tonight, Mrs. Shapansky and Mr. Matthews have our PE student leaders here, and this is very near and dear to my heart because some of you know that I taught health and PE for many years, and I do think that this is part of our PE program success. Not only does it benefit our younger students, but our older students obviously gain valuable leadership skills, and they foster relationships with our 5th and 6th grade students and guide them, and it's one of those promising, things that every kid, if you guys, when you're younger, you were like, I want to be a student leader. It's kind of a competitive, like, viable position to be had, and it's been here, I don't know, Mr. Sanford, you probably know, for many years, even before.
Forever, yes.
Yeah, so it's been a great asset to our program, so they're gonna explain kind of some of the things that they do, and all of this, of course, helps to foster our 5 Duke values of perseverance, responsibility, respect, integrity, and kindness. So I'm gonna turn it over to them, and Mrs. Shapansky, if she wants to say anything else, and they will introduce themselves individually. And I think we might be missing the
Leadership Week next week, and that's why we invited the
No.
Absolutely,
student
yes.
leaders. I thought that was so fitting, yes. So I really, you don't want to hear from the adults, you want to hear from the students. So just so you know how they were chosen, because it's really this time of year, we look at that 7th grade group and then choose them for the following year. So a year ago, we were already, you know, making our choices about who we wanted. We looked for students that are good role models, they get things done in the classroom, but they're also very athletic and can lead athletically in the gymnasium. So these are just a few of them, not all. Several students, as you know, in the spring have other commitments and they could not get out of those, whether they were family related or sports related, but these are the fine few that came tonight. Now, we practice this differently, but I'm gonna go behind the scenes. Instead of lining up right away, I want you to stand if you're here when you're introduced. But I want you to know who all of the students are, even if they're not here, and that's coming up on the next slide. I'm not a clicker person.
Okay, I'll take
I
it.
just prefer the,
I wasn't
And
sure.
thank you all for coming.
So, can I do it here? Okay.
Yep.
You want them to line up right now?
They're just gonna stand when their, photo comes up here on the screen. And that way you can see who exactly they are, even though their photo will come up here. Third hour, I have 3, Mr. Matthews has 3. My 3 are Maddie Grifka, Vinny Gnizik, and Brady Pett are not here. Mr. Matthews has Ariana Bish, Caden Prime, and DJ Roller. In 6th hour, also helping our 6th graders, I have Liam Popick, Haley Reed, and Adam Hayden's couldn't make it tonight. Mr. Matthews has Sierra Danzero, who is not here either, Maddie Beavis, Caden Gentile, Will Spiker unavailable, and Kaylee Searing unavailable tonight. And the last very important hour, our 5th graders are new to our building, so this is the first chance in our gym, and these leaders are extra special for a lot of reasons, but it's their first opportunity to see how we do things. So Jason Gutzwiller, Easton Walraven, Erica Levine, and Addie couldn't make it tonight. Petramo. Okay, now you may line up in the order that you are going to present.
When you're walking through, be careful of the cord down here, okay? And then when you're finished, you can walk that way and then sit back down, okay? So.
And just to preface before Liam begins, there are some videos that we took in the gym, kind of to show you us in action. We don't know if that audio will work, but the audio really isn't necessary. And I may not play the entire video. I'm gonna give you the idea, but I may not play it all.
Hi, my name is Liam Popick, and this is Leading Role Models. So after the students are done with walking, talking, they get in their spots, then we start with static stretches that include arm stretches, flamingos, nose to knee, and butterflies. After static stretches, we begin dynamic stretches.
Okay, I'll show you a little bit of what static looks like. This is all student-led. I do nothing except supervise at this point.
Alright, now we have dynamic stretches which include not high knees, karaoke, Frankensteins, and lunges. Here's a video showing what it looks like.
Thanks, Liam.
Thank you, guys.
Hi, I'm Erica Levine, this is Haley Reed, and we're going to talk about she helps by warming up fifth graders, and her favorite game to play is beach volleyball, and this is a video of her playing it.
Do you like volleyball, Julia? Yes. Looks good.
This is Shadow, their dog, and she usually helps out with the kids that need a break or need to overwhelm the gym. Maybe hurt, help them.
I just have to interject because Haley's a dog person just like me, and she is so good with this dog and with the students that need that. Like, some students aren't good with people, but they're completely different with an animal. And it's just a great thing to have, especially on Free Choice Fridays. Some students aren't very socially able to ask to be on a team or to interact, but they can go to the dog. The dog will always accept them. In some, they're not real athletic, but they can chase a dog. You know what I mean? And they're getting their steps and they're getting their heart rates up.
Hi, I'm Maddie Griffith, I'm on American Games. So over the course of the school year, we do many sports like volleyball, basketball, hockey, floor hockey, air force football, and our job as student leaders is to help the kids with calling fouls, teaching them certain skills that they need to learn during the game that they don't know, just being able to represent and display how the game's supposed to be played. And here's a video of us refereeing a floor hockey game.
Hi, my name is Kaden Gertilli, and this is coaching students. We coach these sports: volleyball, badminton, soccer, basketball, football, tennis, and pickleball. Some of these students, like when they get frustrated and they keep on messing up, they ask us for help and pointers. In this first video, this is what I showed you how to shoot a basketball. Right? And then in the next video, we were showing kids how to run routes in football, so they need to do it
I'm Jason Gutzmuller, this is Easton Walraven and Maddie Beavis, and we like to help out by organizing the equipment.
So in this first video, you see me putting down a volleyball net, and I fold it a zigzag way so we can make it nice and compact and quick.
played first, sorry. So this is the zigzag fold he was talking about. Maddie, you want to talk about the middle video that I accidentally played? What's happening in there?
We're organizing the equipment closet so that it's neat, so that we know where the equipment is for the games that we are playing. And in this video, I am putting away the volleyball net pole nicely, so I don't damage the new gym floor.
Good job, thank you.
Yes, right? Exactly.
The next video is the curtain. It separates the classes from each other if they're playing separate or they just want to be in different classes. The one class on one side and one on the other.
And that's like 70 students in the gym. So that curtain is so helpful because it really can manage the chaos.
Well, that's hard work, isn't it, Erica? Taking this away. Me too.
Okay. I'm Ariana Beach, this is DJ Roller, and that's Caden's Prime. And this is our field trip to Dow Diamond for the Lewis game.
So we take the sixth graders to the Dow Diamond for a field trip on May 19th. And that is our CD from last year, and that's going to be this year too.
Yeah, we always sit on the third baseline.
Those are our TAs from last year, but we're going this year, and we usually help out by making sure they don't run away or get
Very important. You don't want to lose anyone.
And we're pretty excited to go this year.
Yeah, we're hoping for good weather. Yeah. Okay. Well, thank you. That's our presentation.
Thanks for coming out this evening, and Mrs. Shapansky and Mrs. Moreno as well, taking time out of your day for us. We appreciate that. Thank you.
I do always like to ask a question. So after being student leaders, have you decided that teaching might be in your future? No.
Because the teacher told me I would be a good teacher in high school, and I'm like, yeah, and that's like, 10 years later, so.
Or they figured out what they don't want.
Yeah.
Right, there you go. You're still learning.
But thank you all for coming to it. You have places to go, because I know many of you are athletes. You are, they can't be this much track, right?
Yes.
So you're free to go if you need to, or, have other obligations, but thank you for coming.
Bye, thank you for
Bye,
coming.
Maddie. Can I just say, the name Caden Prime is like a rock star name.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I think he's a really good hockey player.
The next item was discussed by Mr. Nearing earlier, and we need to approve the letters of agreement for the distribution of the 27L2 funds. Dr. Lewis, did you want to add any further detail before we take action with that?
No, I would like us to actually set a record for the fastest board meeting, so I will not have anything to say.
Do I have a motion to approve the LOAs for the distribution of the 27L2 funds?
I will motion to approve the distribution of the 27 L2 funds for the EHASA, EHEA, EHESP, EHCMA, the bus drivers, USW.
Support.
Moved and supported. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Morosky?
Yes.
Potts?
Yes.
O'Neill?
Yes.
Russia?
Yes.
Waring?
Yes.
Levine?
Yes.
Sanford?
Yes.
7 yes.
Item J, any statements from the public? Just as a reminder, it's a 5-minute limit to any conversation.
Less than that.
All right.
It's too nice out.
Okay, so my name is Sarah Bonnet. I'm a media center specialist at Garber. Thank you for the shout out tonight for our media center specialists and librarians. Appreciate you taking the time to hear my comments. I just wanted to address the placement of the new STEM center. I know I can't have a back and forth here. I was under the impression that the area was where Heritage House had been would now be green space, but I was recently informed that there were driveways. So if I got this incorrect, I apologize, but I'm just gonna speak a few things and then call it won't be done here. I understand that plans for the STEM center and driveways have not been finalized. That's what I was told. That's why I'm here today, and I'm just respectfully requesting that you consider avoiding destruction or harm to the two old pear trees and the old apple tree. John B. Garber, the original landowner of the property we stand on, was a farmer who, in conjunction with MSU, developed specialty fruit trees for the area. I believe the two large pear trees are ones he planted, and I realize I've said some of this stuff before, but I thought that the STEM center was going to go elsewhere, but it sounds like at least driveways are going there. So I believe the two large pear trees are ones he planted, but I probably have to core them to determine the exact age, which that could introduce injury. The largest apple tree also appears to be quite old, but may have been planted later. I have just copies of this and also copies of the little blurb about where I got this information, and I'll pass this out again. I heartily support a STEM center. We are sharing robotics with the media center at Garber, and it's rough for everybody, but so I do support it. But I'm hoping that we can avoid destroying some of the history that we still have left on the original property. STEM also, as we know, S is for science. Those large fruit trees likely survived 100+ years through good and bad times because they have good genetics. They are case studies in science. If you tear them down or damage them through construction that is too close to their roots, those trees will be compromised. They can take drought and disease, but they cannot survive root compaction or structural damage. Being outside around trees and greenery has immediate benefits on the mental health of teens and benefits physical health and memory. We, as a district, I know we're trying to prioritize mental health, and any green space with larger mature trees rather than just lawn, we should try to avoid construction on those areas if possible. Building footprints and driveways could be placed to avoid destruction or damage to these old trees. Heritage House was torn down, but these old genetically gifted fruit trees remain. I hope the blueprints will be changed, or, if possible, to avoid destroying or harming the trees. Allowing them to be could be the start of a heritage garden and green space that could be used as part of an outdoor classroom for Kramer and Garber. STEM is not just technology and computers, but also biology and psychology. Both of these could be emphasized with an outdoor green space, including these old trees. And did I also mention the fruit from these trees is divine, and I'm not kidding you. It's nothing like the store-bought grocery store fruit. Please consider saving the trees as part of our STEM initiatives.
Thank you.
I'll just.
If you just give that to Ms. Forret, she'll get it to each of us.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes.
Hi, my name's Katie Beamlander. I have two boys that attend Kramer, one in the 5th grade, one in the 7th grade. I just wanted to come tonight and make sure that you guys are aware of the crazy parking lot situation that happens after school, at least in the Kramer parking lot. I was rear-ended last Tuesday in a parking spot because a truck wanted to come around and park in the lane that's next to the bus lane that clearly states no parking. But after school, there's a row of parents that park there anyway. And what I see is there's a kid that's gonna get hit. You know, I was hit in my car sitting just trying to zoom in and back up and pull forward, but there's cars that come in between the buses and then, or kids, I'm sorry, come in between the buses and the parked cars in that lane, trying to get to the parking lot, and it's only a matter of time. So I'm here, I talked to Dr. Lewis and Ms. Marino, but I wanted to bring awareness to the board that something needs to happen. It's a safety concern. You know, I had to spend 5 hours in the ER because someone didn't want to follow the rules. And I don't know if you guys were aware of that, but I just wanted to give light to something that is very dangerous. So thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Dr. Lewis did share that with me, and we've had some conversations as well. So I appreciate you coming and sharing that this evening. Thank you. Any other statements from the public? Any statements from the board at this time?
We have, Back on the Block is scheduled for September 11th of this year. So we have our sponsor letters are getting finalized right now, and then we'll start pulling together some things already for that event. So the plan is to continue forward with that. This will be our 4th year doing that. So if anyone wants to sponsor or knows a sponsor or has a fun idea, send it my way or to Mr. Sandsburn, and we'll happily look at integrating something fun and new and exciting.
I make a motion to adjourn at 6:43 p.m.
Support.
Moved and supported. All those in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same.